restore a faded fog light. So as you can see, this fog light is totally worn out, and we will see if we can repair it. As we know that these fog lights are not available in the market, and if they are available, it costs very much. So let's restore it. I might tell you also that the restoration cost is very low as compared to the new product. And if you will go to the market to get it restored, hardly there would be anyone who will just restore it. So for this we have to firstly remove the siding of the bumper, and then there will be some locks to be opened. So for this, in my case, my bumper has been broken and I have to repair it. So there is one screw here. Okay, so then there are bolts of 7 millimeter. There are bolts of 7 millimeter which can be easily opened by. These are bolts of 7 millimeters, and they can be easily opened by a screwdriver. The bumper, as you can see, I am using a 7 millimeter socket. And the first screw. In some makes and models, you might need to remove the whole bumper, but let's see what's happened in our case. Removed it. Now we have removed all this piece from there. Now we have to remove one from here. That is a 10 millimeter. So now we might need to remove the headlight also, as there might be some. It's very hard to remove the screw as it's on the tight place. Well, for the next time we will just get a ratchet for this. So now we are just dealing with. Okay, so one more. So one more removed, and take the headlight off. Be very much careful with them, as they are very much delicate and plastic, and at the same time expensive parts of the car. We just disconnect the electrical connections first. So let's take off the indicator connector first. If the connector doesn't comes out, you can just pop the bulb out, but be careful with that. This is the bulb adjuster assembly. It has a clip and it comes right off. Some wiggle, as you can see. Some with some wiggle it just comes out. This is the passing bulb and this is the main bulb harness. So you just need to push it and remove this stud. In some way it's really hard to remove them, especially in Hyundai, as they put a lot of packings on it. You can just simply go down and remove the whole bulb assembly. Yes, there it is. Just pull up the clip and the bulb pops right off. So as the headlight is now being removed, so we can get clearance towards the fog lamp. So as you can see, here is our fog lamp. Here is the fog lamp below there. Now we have to just remove this clip which holds the bumper in place. So for this clip holds the bumper in place. It was below the headlight, so it So please make a note that while you are working on the car, you just remove this bulb, as it's of a glass material and it's highly delicate, or just isolate it somewhere with it doesn't get hit by anything else. We have removed the clip and we have some work room for it here, but we have to remove this bumper to get clearance towards the fog light. So there's a screw down there for the fender liner. This one, this screw is there. This screw, this one, that's a Phillips head screw. We'll just remove it. They are basically plastic material, so at times it would be a bit hard for you to just remove it. Now we have opened the fog light, it just pops off. Then it has this electrical connector here. Just take it off, but first you have to just twist it anti-clockwise, and it's also mentioned here like this, look, to close, to open. Just you have to just twist it and it pops off. Well, here's the fog light. So here's the fog light, and let's look at the bulb. So as you can see, the fog light is bad condition and the bulb really rusted. So we'll just pull these two clips and get this fog light. But do not throw this, as you have to show at you might have to show this to the dealer to get the another spare bulb for this. So just keep it. Now we have removed the fog light, and as you can see, it's in a very bad condition. So for the let's see what can be done. Okay, so for the first we have to just open it. As you can see, it is in a bad condition from inside, and it has been rusted from outside also. This majorly happens due to leakage in the light, and the yellowing happens due to the ultraviolet rays of the sun. So let's first clean it up for once, just make a. So as you can see that all the rust or the dust is still there, and it will be removed by opening and cleaning. So we'll just open it. It was very hard to remove it, but as we observed that it's not blocking the way of the lens, so we can just directly go to open the lens. So for this you need a cardboard box. You can do this by oven also, but if you are not allowed to use your oven for all this, so you can just get a cardboard box, place the light facing the hole. You have to just drill a hole in it, and then the main work goes. Like this place, these are the locks, these are the locking area of the fog light, this and this. It's been sealed with a heat sensitive material which get loosened up when it's been heated. So you just have to place this and close this box, and now you need a hair dryer. Okay, so with the hair dryer on full, and you have to just insert the hair dryer and switch it off. This process might take some time, maybe 1 to 4 or 5 minutes also, depending on the power of the hair dryer. Now we have baked the light for 4 to 5 minutes, and now we'll just get it open for this. Be careful as the light is hot, so but be quick also at the same time. Just take a flathead screwdriver and go in the grooves of the light. As you can see, it started coming off. Might need to apply some force. It's really hot, so just be very careful while working. Don't hurt yourself. Look, it started coming off. Open, and as you can see, this glue is very sticky, but try to retain it. It is reusable. Now let's give a look inside, and as you see there is a lot of dust under this, so we need to just clean it first with water and soapy water also, but be careful, do not rub it too hard. At the coating at the base is very sensitive. If you will rub it, it will go off. So now let's just clean it with water. So we washed it, and as you can see the reason behind the leak, it was this crack in the fog light. So we will repair this also before packing it up, so this doesn't happen in future again. Okay, so as you can see the paint also has been a bit damaged due to weathering of the light, but it is in a working condition till now also, as let me flash on the, as it has some reflecting surface, but you can replace, you can just restore this also by using chrome paint. It's chrome spray paint, just spray inside and the light will be as new as good, as good as new. So we will just wipe water from inside, but be a bit gentle so that you don't remove the surface paint, as it's, I told you, it's very sensitive. Wipe excess water from the light and let's keep it aside for some time, and let's take a look of the lens. So as you can see it's totally covered with mud, so we just wash this also. So we have cleaned the lens, and as you can see the lens is in very good condition, it's not yellow. I'll make a separate video of how to remove yellowing from these lenses. And now let's look at the fog light plate. So you can see that this is also totally in a very bad condition, so, and this light is also in a very bad condition. So in this light we have to do two works. First we have to repair this hole right here, and then we have to seal it up, and then we have to paint it also, so that it goes in a very good condition. As you can see the paint is faded. We have our material, so we have got this M seal to just put the repair on this hole. So just mix this in equal proportions, the two compounds, make a dough kind of with it. After making the dough, we will just start applying this on the hole, the upper side. So try to insert as much as possible inside the hole. Make it a smooth surface so that it doesn't leak in. So this is, try to seal it as perfect as possible so that it doesn't leak in future. Also repair the crack from inside so that nothing gets from the crack. As the MC dries, well, then we will just work on this plate. This is the reflection plate. Okay, so for this we need sandpaper, wet sandpapers. We will just wipe this up also. Okay, so for this we will just rub it with sandpaper. Use 600 grit or a rough also. Rough sandpaper can also be used, as we have to paint it from the beginning, so no issues about the paint. So now we have completed the sanding process. As you can see, all the old muddy surface is now removed. So for this we have to use iron sandpaper. You can just go in any hardware store and just say give me iron sandpaper, or it's also known as the meter regmal. And then we used 2000 grit sandpaper, so sorry, 600 grit sandpaper, and now we will just paint it up. I've got this chrome color paint. As you can see, 318 chrome. Okay. So now let's start. So before start spraying, you just have to shake the can very well and try to avoid painting in direct sunlight or where the temperature is greater than 30 degrees Celsius. So we are working at night, so it's not a problem. So for painting you have to be very careful. So don't just try to cover it in one go. Go in a pattern, either linear or horizontal. Okay. So and just don't make a mark here. Just begin with like this. So as you can see, we have applied our first coat and we'll let it dry for some time and then we will go for the second coat. So our first coat is now dry. It took about 10 to 15 minutes to completely dry. Now it's time to apply the second coat. Again, start from a corner and go in that way, and always maintain some distance from the object you are painting so that it doesn't get a bubble sort of mark. So we have added the second coat of paint and now let's wait it for second coat is also dry. Now it's time for the third and final coat. So I'll just switch off the light so you can see what the results are coming. So it's looking really nice. And let's go for the third coat. Well, we have applied the third coat also, and you can see that there are some sort of small bubbles as my gun stopped for a while, but that's not a problem, that because this is going underneath the bulb, so it's not a big problem. So now we will remove the old paint from the headlight. So for this I am using a 600 grade sandpaper. So for this we have to again do wet sanding, apply some water on this area also, but try to avoid the welded area which we welded with the LP. Try to avoid that with water. So as you can see, it's very easy to remove this old paint. So now we have almost finished the rubbing process, and as you can see the old paint is almost removed and our repairing is also now totally solid. So we will just remove this paint and we will just start off with the paint process in the light. Begin with the paint process. For this we are again using our spray chrome paint and let's get started. So the first coat of paint has been added. Let's wait for it to dry. As you can see, our first coat has dried and now it's time for the second coat. Again the same process. So now we have completed. So now the second coat was also dry, and as you can see we don't require the third coat. It may require in your case depending upon the level of sanding and level of the paint, but in this case it's not required. So we just go for the clear coat. This is very very important, and as you can see we are using 190 clear coat. So the same process, we'll go for 3 coats and the same direction, same way as we started. After 5 minutes, our first coat of clear coat was dry. Now time for the second coat. So as you can see, the second coat is now applied. Now let's wait for installing the plate which we removed for painting. As you can see, it's also very good shiny surface. So now we just push it in. It will take some effort as the paint has blocked its way. So, but be gentle with it as it's newly painted. So your effort may put scratches on it. You can see the light is completely ready, and now we have to fix this lens. So for this, as you can see that there is some sort of paint and other material in this area, but that's not an issue. That we will just heat it up and we'll fix the light. Still gap, you have to heat it and activate the glue and then just push it on. As you can see that light is getting settled, lens is getting on its place. Do remember, seal it from every side, otherwise it may cause a leak. Now as you can see, the whole light is ready. If your lens is damaged, as mine have some minor scratches, but I'll just avoid it for right now. We'll show another video of how to restore these lenses.